and other things are largely dependent on the other countries' economical condition. So if other countries' economies are not doing good, like on a month-to-month basis, our cotton product export is showing a declining trend. Similarly, you see the cotton is one of the largest component of the Pakistani export. If it shows a declining trend, even in the United States, some groups have come and they said that Pakistan should be, should give some tariff relaxation as far as its product, Pakistani's product are concerned to get into the U.S. market. So this is one of the thing is that, God forbid, if these developed countries, the G20 is meeting today, and this is a very crucial stage, if these countries, European Union and USA, if they talk of protectionism, then that would be the death for the developing economies. If they talk of the trade protectionism, that okay, made in US or made in UK or made in EU, that would be the death of the local industries in the developing countries, because the local industries in the whole, developing countries, they tend to export toward these developed nations.
Okay. Now, to go back to a point that you raised earlier, that the aid is there to help in import bills, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, what does that mean? That means that it encourages us to import and discourages
No way. One of the IMF conditionalities is that they go for so-called globalization and internationalism. They always say you have to bring down the WTO and the IMF. You have to bring down your tariff to a certain extent. This aid just increase your forex, thereby you can pay for a longer period of time with a full confidence. You can pay to your import bill if, God forbid, oil again increases, if the food commodities again shows an increasing trend, the price of the food commodity, that would create a problem for a country like Pakistan, who always have a forex something where like 9 billion to 11 billion or 12 billion,
right.
Because if it gets started eroding, it's a matter of time, only 6 to 8 months, that we would be out of forex,
right.
So that supplements for forex reserve, that aid, basically, especially the IMF. On the World Bank, the World Bank comes in the infrastructure product, it comes for the investment, it comes for the the large projects. The World Bank has a different dimension of investing. But what I was talking about was the fact that this is definitely the bolster the confidence, that shows a positive sign. But again, being a nation, Pakistanis have to decide, and especially the elite have to decide, that what we need to do, we should change our the way we are governing, we should change our tariff structure, we should change our taxation structure, the whole, because the tax to GDP ratio, again, I always say, and because you see the indirect taxation is so regressive in Pakistan. Indirect taxation has always been so repressive for a common man, that if a person who earns 10 million and a person who earns 10,000, they equally have to pay the same amount of tax, which is completely unjust, and the portion of indirect tax in the total tax is a very high. Pakistanis, with the Pakistani nation, the Pakistani government have to decide that they have to keep the indirect taxation at lowest. They have to bring the more people, the more industries. We have equal of the size of the real economy, the black economy,
right,
outside, which is not in the which does not contribute to a GDP, which does not contribute.
You're opening up a Pandora's box, because there's a host of questions that come with that.
You see why we go to IMF. These are the host of issues, basically. Why we we are forced to go to IMF. These are the issues, and now the IMF, the one thing which State Bank did very good, a part of injecting liquidity into the banks 4 months back, they just put some, very non-essential items on a high duty list on the import tariff, and that IMF is coming hard. Yesterday I was reading about IMF mission's review. They said by June 2009 they have to done away with that high tariff import item as well, which are the luxurious item, and if Pakistan really want to save the forex, they have to curtail those expenditures.
Right. Okay, well, thanks for that, Rashid, for explaining all of that so well to us. All right, so now the aid is coming in, you know exactly where it's going, and you know how it's going to affect you. And that's all thanks to Rashid Alam here. All right, it's time now for us to take a very quick short break. Coming up after the break, we are giving you the